guys, so I decided to finally do a tutorial. I'm doing this on pretty much new products. I ended up buying a few things I want to try. I got samples of a few things I wanted to try. One of the biggest things that I really wanted to try was the new mini eyeshadow palette that Ipsy-Nyx got together and made. The colors are absolutely pretty. They have one that's like a shimmery goldish color, a shimmery brown, and then a matte black. The shimmers aren't overdone. I know my camera's not gonna pick it up really nice. Eventually, I will get a good camera. This college budget is, but the point of this video is to try out new things. If you end up liking it, then you can pick it up, or if you can't pick it up, you can match colors like really close to them. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions, just comment down below, and I will be seeing you guys soon. Okay, bye.
Right here, I'm starting off with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. In the video, I did put it on first. However, we're going to be using tape to do the eyeshadows with, so we can have a sharper line. So I would advise that you do the primer after you take off the tape. Next, I'm using the Balm Put a Lid on It eyelid primer that I received in my Ipsy bag. You only need just a little dab on each eyelid because a little bit goes a long way. They're not kidding when they say that, and for this primer, that is definitely the go for it. Next, I'll be taking my Naked Basics 2 palette, and I'm going to be using the second color, which is Start, and I'll be putting it all over my eye and the lid to set my eyelid primer. After that, I'm gonna use the Ipsy-Nyx palette that came in the Ipsy bag, and I'm going to use the first color, which is a gold shade, and I'll be putting it all over my lid. Now, I originally sprayed my brush with the MAC, I just totally blanked out, the MAC water, basically, to see if I get more pigment, and it did not work. So I decided to use my finger, which was the best bet. So I would advise using your finger. If you guys want to try it by spraying the MAC Fix Plus, boom, since I remembered, go right on ahead. Maybe it'll work out for you, but it didn't work for me. The second shade I'm going to be using is the brown shade, and I'm going to be putting that all in my crease. I'm going to be using the Morphe M503 brush, since it gives me a more defined crease when I use it. I didn't want it to be all over my eye. I was trying to be pretty precise. It's okay if you guys use a fluffy brush. That would totally work too, but since I have OCD, I decided to use the M503. Another thing I'm going to recommend is blend. Blend till your hand cramps, and then once your hand's done cramping, blend some more. The best thing you could do in order to not have sharp lines. After I blend, I add some more of that gold color because for some reason that gold color had a really hard time showing up for me. So I'm going to be packing on that gold color often. Then I'll be using a fluffy brush from Morphe, a clean one, to blend everything together, which is a good thing to do because then with the clean brush you don't have extra color and accidentally adding it to your lid. Then with my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, I'm going to be taking the black shade and putting it on my outer V of my eye and blending it inward, because then it gives me I guess a gradient effect, because then it's darker towards the end of my eye and slowly fades into my eye. Now I wasn't expecting the eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. to actually do this, but it blended it really good going into my eye. So if you guys are looking for a cheap brush in order to do some blending for the outer V of your eye, I would say give that e.l.f. brush a shot. It's only $3 and I picked mine up from Target. It is also absolutely okay if it all comes out messy. Mine did come out messy, and that is the point of the tape. That tape will allow you to be messy, and once you remove it, you'll be able to have that nice sharp line and everything starts becoming cleaned up. Once again, you're going to want to blend away. I'm blending with my fluffy brush again. Here, I'm packing on that gold one more time. And blending away. As you'll see here, once I remove the tape, we have that nice, precise line. What's nice about doing this is that if you're not good at using a liquid eyeliner, this will give you that cat eye effect. Here I'm taking a makeup remover wipe and I'm cleaning underneath my eye. I'm fixing my lines so that if they're not even, I can even them out with this remover. You can also take eye makeup remover and a Q-tip and do the same exact thing. Now because I didn't want my lines to be too harsh, I blended them out a little bit more. Now I'll be taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in golden, and I'm going to dab it all over my face because me personally, I like to build up my foundation. I don't want to put too much and then find out I don't like how it came out and then have to do the whole process of taking it off and reapplying. So start out with a little bit and build my way up. Now as you can see, I'm using the Real Technique sculpting brush. You don't only have to use that for contouring. You can use that in any way you like, and for me, I like using it for my foundation because it's nice and dense and it blends really well. If you end up using this brush, make sure you dab away the foundation. Dabbing it will end up blending it out really nice. Now since I have some breakouts and scars, this will allow me to layer up where I need to. And yes, the Too Faced Born This Way foundation is a full coverage foundation. It covered up my breakouts and my scars beautifully. So this is something I will be definitely investing in for a little while. Also put some foundation on your neck and blend it down in order for your color that you put on your face matches your neck. You don't want to have two different colors. Next thing I'll be using is my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in Sand number 20, and I'll be using it by putting triangles under my eye just to give me a lighter effect underneath, and I'll be blending it out with my beauty blender. Next thing I will be doing is taking my NYX HD finishing powder in translucent and the highlighting brush from the new It Cosmetics brush kit and highlighting underneath my eye, well technically not highlighting, setting underneath my eye with the translucent powder. Now I will not be baking because I was trying to go somewhere, I didn't want to wait on the baking, so I just set all the concealer underneath my eye. When you do this, you would want to look up and blend out with a beauty blender again and set it so you don't have the creasing and the lines under your eye. Afterwards, I'll be taking my e.l.f. Kabuki brush in the same powder and just setting my entire foundation. Now I'm taking the brush from the Naked Smoky palette and putting some of the gold color in the inner corners of my eye, just to make them pop just a little bit. Then you clean it off and go ahead and take the black shade and put it right underneath that lash line. Then I'm going to take the brown shade in this little palette and put it right on top of the black just to soften that color up so it will not be too harsh. Here I'm taking my Rimmel Exaggerate waterproof eyeliner in Noir number 261 and I am lining my waterline and my upper waterline, I guess you can call it. Totally forgot what you do actually call that. But I do this because I like how my eye looks. It doesn't look too big when I do this. I've been doing it since I was in middle school, so it's just something I stuck with doing my whole life. After curling my lashes, I'm going to take my Maybelline Lash Sensational in the blackest color that they have, and I'll be applying this to my eyelashes right before I add some falsies. After applying my mascara, I am now applying my Ardell lashes, the Wispy lashes, and I'm using the Ardell glue that actually came with it. Now you can see all that glue right now, but it dries up and it dries up clear and you will not see it on your eye. If you want, you can apply liquid eyeliner to cover it up, but you really do not have to. We're gonna let the lashes dry, but while we're waiting, we're going to use the NYX contour palette, and I'm using the second brush that was in that It Cosmetics brush kit, and I'm chiseling out my cheekbones. I am mixing the first two contour colors in that palette also. Yes, I'm getting picky picking out my lashes. Now when it comes to contouring, you must blend, 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 blend. If you couldn't tell, one side looks messy while the other doesn't, and one also looks longer than the other. If this happens to you, do not worry because it is fixable, and we'll fix that by baking. You will see that after I'm done chiseling out my entire head. Right now I'm doing the forehead, and then once you're done with the forehead, you're going to want to chisel out your jawbone. And for this video, I decided to contour my nose just a little bit, just to make it slightly smaller. This is where we are baking. This is an amazing trick that is such a lifesaver, because if you want a precise contour, or if you messed up and you went lower than your line, your cheekbone line, you can always use this, clean it right up. And once you put your powder on, which I did the yellow powder in the kit, you just let it sit there and let it bake. While I'm waiting, this is where I contour my nose. Just a little bit, because I'm not used to my nose being small, so I just contour just a little bit. Now I'm going to take my Milani powder blush in Romantic Rose, and I'll be putting that slightly above the contour lines on the apples of my cheek. And I'll be using my e.l.f. stippling brush to apply this. Now here comes the best part, guys. I will be using the Becca highlighter that Jacqueline teamed up with her in order to make champagne pop. As you can see, I was really excited to put this on. And just a little more excitement, since the pigment of this highlighter is so beautiful and so stunning. Just a little bit goes a long way, but of course I want to share myself with it. Then I take the other end of that highlighting brush, and I'm going to highlight my cupid's bow just a little bit and highlight the bridge of my nose. I'll also be taking a brush and highlighting my brow bone. And yes, I did do this slightly backwards. Normally I would color in my eyebrows before I do all this, but I completely forgot. But it will be taken care of right after I'm done highlighting. This is where you can finally take off the powder. Make sure you blend, 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 blend. One swipe usually gets it out, but then you still have the harsh lines and the shadows, so keep blending. Here I'm putting a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and I'll put just a slight amount on my falsies. I usually personally don't like to do this, but just so my eye looks a little bit more bold, I just grab some on like that. And now I'll be finally coloring my eyebrows. I am using the NYX brow pencil, micro brow pencil in Brunette to color my eyebrows. Remember guys, your eyebrows are cousins, not sisters. So they're not going to be identically the same, but they're going to be pretty close. Here I'm going to line my lips. I'm pretty much staying on my lip line, just slightly above my lip line. I'll be using the Milani lip pencil in number 3 Nude. I'll also be making lines on my lips just to make them look a little bit more plump. And lastly, I'll be adding the Milani Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss in number 1 Bare Secret. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, leave comments down below. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys.